Am I the a-hole for not making my kids share their things with their half-siblings and forcing my ex to move? This situation has gotten completely out of hand, and now the family is split, emotions are high, and I'm stuck wondering whether I'm being a jerk or just setting a boundary that should have been set years ago. I'm a 45-year-old dad to two kids, Emmy, 14F, and Travis, 11M, from my previous marriage to my ex-wife Mel, 40F. We were married for over a decade, but we divorced several years ago after things got ugly. Without airing all the dirty laundry, let's just say resentment ran deep on both sides by the end, and the healing was slow, if it ever really happened. Now, for context, I'm not some self-made tech mogul or CEO, but I do come from old money. My grandfather left behind a substantial family trust that was structured in a way that kept it off the table during the divorce. That trust pays me enough to live very comfortably. Mel hates this, and honestly, I can't blame her to an extent. She watched the lifestyle continue for me while she had to start over. When we divorced, Mel never went back to work. She used to be a teacher before we had kids. I didn't fight her staying in one of my parents' rental properties rent-free so the kids could live nearby and keep a sense of stability. I thought I was doing the right thing, keeping peace for the kids. She got a second chance at love, remarried a couple of years ago, and now she has two more kids with her new husband. From the outside, it seemed like things were working out for her too. But here's the issue. My kids live very different lives when they're with me. I pay for private school, extracurriculars, vacations, and tech. This year alone, Emmy got a new MacBook for school, Travis got a Switch 2 for his birthday, and they both just came back from a ski trip with my extended family. Meanwhile, their half-siblings live in a household that, to put it bluntly, is struggling. And it's not because they're lazy people, it's just that Mel and her husband haven't gotten back on their feet financially, and that resentment they feel? It's trickling down. Lately, my kids have been refusing to bring any of their stuff over to Mel's. They don't feel safe doing so. Travis's old PS4 got mysteriously broken after a visit. No one ever confessed, but it didn't work again. Emmy's noise-canceling headphones came back with one earpiece snapped. Her Switch mysteriously vanished for 2 weeks and then turned up in her half-brother's room. Stuff like that. Eventually, they stopped wanting to bring anything with them to their moms. And then, when Mel noticed that they were keeping their new stuff at my house, she flat-out banned them from bringing any gifts or electronics to her place. It causes jealousy, she said. But what that really meant was, if your stuff makes your half-siblings feel bad, just leave it behind. And now, the kids don't want to be there. I mean, how many 11 and 14-year-olds want to go stay somewhere where they're told to leave their things behind and walk on eggshells so their younger siblings don't throw tantrums? They're not allowed to talk about vacations, presents, or anything remotely nice, without Mel or her husband scolding them. It's like they're being punished for having things their half-siblings don't. So they've been spending more time with me. That's when the dominoes started falling. Mel, who hadn't pushed for child support before, is now filing for it. She says the increased time the kids are spending with me is financially one-sided, and she needs help. Legally, she can file, and if she's granted something, I'll pay it. No argument there. But this isn't about money, it's about control and resentment. In the middle of all this, my parents decided to step in. After hearing about the back and forth and the stress it's caused the kids, they told Mel that come September, she would need to start paying rent. Not even full market rent, just some contribution to the property she's lived in for free for years. Suddenly, she's panicking, saying she can't afford it, and claiming that we're forcing her to move out of state, even though she legally can't take the kids with her if she does. Now she's in crisis mode. She's angry, claiming we've destabilized her life and are punishing her for being poor. But here's what I keep coming back to. For years, I let her live rent-free, didn't push on custody terms, didn't take issue with how she ran her household. I figured she'd land on her feet eventually. But it seems like the only plan she had was to keep leaning on me financially while criticizing how I parent and support the kids. I'm not trying to be cruel here. I get it, life is tough. But at what point does it stop being my problem that her household isn't stable? I'm not going to punish my kids or tell them to water down their lives just to keep things equal between homes. That's not how life works. Should I help more? Maybe. But I'm tired of the expectation that I should. I'm tired of watching my kids feel guilty for having a decent life with me just because it makes their mom uncomfortable. Mel says I'm teaching them to be selfish, that I'm creating division. But what I'm really doing is showing them that it's okay to set boundaries, even with family. Still, part of me wonders if I'm being too hard on her. Maybe I am being dismissive of how hard her situation is. Maybe I'm not giving enough thought to how this is affecting my kids emotionally, being caught between two very different worlds. So, Am I the whole for refusing to make my kids share their things with their half-siblings and for forcing my ex to move by no longer providing free housing?